All right, let's get right into it. So, imagine you're tasked with finding that one perfect candidate, but they're buried in a stack of hundreds, sometimes thousands of resumes. It's a process that can literally take days. Now, what if I told you that you could do that same exact work, but do it more accurately and with way less bias, all in the time it takes to grab your morning coffee? Well, today, we're going to break down how structured AI prompts are completely changing the game, turning a 10-hour hiring marathon into a lightning-fast 10-minute sprint.
First things first, let's just set the scene here. The world of HR and recruitment is, well, it's facing a massive challenge, just the sheer volume of it all. The number of applications for any single job can be completely overwhelming, and it puts this immense pressure on teams to screen people fast, but without letting the quality slip.
And just how big is that volume? Well, on average, a single corporate job posting will pull in over 250 applications. Think about that. That's 250 different careers, skill sets, and unique stories that someone has to evaluate for just one open position. Trying to sift through all that manually is a monumental task.
Now let's just talk about time for a second. Manually, a good thorough review of one resume takes what, maybe 6 minutes? So, for 250 resumes, you are looking at over 20 hours of pure screening work. But, and this is the kicker, with a really well-engineered AI prompt, that time can plummet to about 30 seconds per resume. The difference isn't just big, it's staggering.
So how in the world do we bridge this enormous gap? The answer is a really powerful technique called prompt engineering, specifically tailored for the unique challenges of HR. And let's be clear, this isn't just about asking an AI a simple question. It's about building a systematic, intelligent screening engine.
The key word here is systematic. This isn't a one-off question you're lobbing at an AI. No, it's about engineering a structured, repeatable process. You're basically giving the AI a precise blueprint for how to analyze a candidate, exactly what to look for, and how to report its findings back to you, making sure every single resume is judged against the same exact high standard.
And the payoff for doing this? It's huge. Beyond the massive time savings we just talked about, you get this incredible consistency. Every single candidate is measured with the same yardstick. That right there significantly cuts down on unconscious bias. And you know what? It ultimately leads to a real, measurable improvement in the quality of the people you hire.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of how this actually works. The real magic is in the prompt itself, and I'm telling you, the difference between a lazy, simple prompt and a well-structured one is, well, it's the difference between getting useless noise and getting actionable intelligence.
Come on, we've all probably tried something like this, right? You copy-paste a resume, you ask a simple, open-ended question. It seems logical enough, but this kind of prompt is it's destined to fail.
And yep, here's the kind of vague, totally unhelpful response you get back. What does pretty good even mean? Is some experience the right amount? This output is completely subjective, and it gives you absolutely nothing to base a real hiring decision on. Honestly, it's useless.
So here's the fundamental difference. The bad prompt fails because it's vague, and that vagueness invites bias and gives you inconsistent results. A good prompt, on the other hand, succeeds because it is built on 3 solid pillars. It's highly structured, it demands an objective analysis, and it produces an actionable output that you can actually use.
So what does a great prompt actually look like? Well, it has 3 things you absolutely have to include. First, you need detailed job requirements, your non-negotiables. Second, a structured evaluation framework. You have to tell the AI how to score the candidate. And third, you need explicit bias reduction rules. Things like telling the AI to completely ignore names, where someone went to school, or graduation years, and focus only on their skills and experience. And this is the result. Just look at that clarity. You get a number, a clear recommendation, and a rationale that's based on actual evidence from the resume. It even flags areas you might want to dig into during an interview. See? This isn't an opinion. It's a data-driven analysis that's ready to go straight to the hiring manager.
Let's look at another super common example, interview prep. A simple command like this one. It's just asking for trouble. And predictably, you get back to most generic, tired interview questions you could possibly imagine. These questions are a waste of everyone's time, and they almost never reveal a candidate's true skills or how they'd fit in the specific role.
But now, contrast that with this. A well-engineered prompt, one that's been fed the candidate's resume and the job description, can generate a question this insightful.
It's targeted, it probes a potential skill gap it noticed on the resume, and it directly tests for relevant, high-level experience. Now this is how you have a productive interview.
So you've seen the what and the why. Now let's get to the how. And the good news is you can put all of this into practice using a pretty straightforward 4-step framework. Okay, building your own HR AI engine really comes down to these 4 steps. First, you define your criteria. What are the absolute must-haves and deal breakers? Second, you build the evaluation framework. How are you going to score them, and what do you want the output to look like? Third, you set those bias guardrails, telling the AI what to ignore. And finally, number 4, you provide the context, the candidate's actual resume. That's it. That's your engine.
All right, let's bring this all back to the bottom line. Because adopting a method like this isn't just a neat tech trick. It has a real, tangible, and almost immediate impact on your entire hiring process.
This is the number that just stops everyone in their tracks. We're talking about up to an 85% reduction in screening time. This isn't just a small optimization. It is a fundamental transformation of one of the most time-consuming tasks in HR. It frees up professionals to focus on the stuff that matters, strategy, and human connection.
So let's just look at the whole picture. Screening time drops from hours down to minutes. The cost per hire can be slashed by up to 50%. And maybe most importantly, the quality of your hires can improve by up to 40%, all because that initial screen is just so much more consistent and objective. It's faster, it's cheaper, and it's better. You almost never get all 3.
So, we end right where we started. That perfect candidate, your next great hire, is waiting for you in that huge pile of applications. The tools to find them efficiently, effectively, and fairly are right here, right at your fingertips. So the only real question left is, are you going to find them in a 10-hour search or a 10-minute discovery?